There's probably no bigger winner of the combine this year, or maybe even ever, than Anthony Richardson. His combine performance can literally only be described as historic. We knew that he was an insane athlete with a huge arm, but I don't think we pegged him as the greatest quarterback athlete of all time. 40.5-inch vertical, combine record. 10-foot 9-inch broad jump, combine record. 4.43 40-yard dash at 244 pounds. That's the second highest speed score by a quarterback since 2000, behind only RG3. And then his throwing session just displayed all the upside and positives that we saw on tape with a cannon of an arm, and there is no doubt that Anthony Richardson is a locked and loaded top 5 pick in the NFL draft this year, and is now being argued as not only the QB1 in this class, but the 1.01 overall. And of course, that kind of athletic performance and subsequent draft capital projection has already gotten the Dynasty community in a fever. I mean, we have tweets saying that he should now be the 1.02 behind Bijan Robinson in Superflex with absolutely no debate, and then others are going as far as saying that he should be the 1.01 in Superflex because of the upside and positional advantage he's going to give you as a quarterback if he is Cam Newton 2.0. There's going to be so much debate and conversation revolving around Anthony Richardson this offseason and his dynasty value for the next few months, and there is no denying that he is the biggest winner from the 2023 NFL Combine. And on the flip side, I don't think there's a debate about who the biggest loser is from the Combine either, at least from our perspective, and that's Kayshon Boutte. And a lot of people were already coming into the start of the draft season with questions and doubts about Boutte's profile, what caused this massive fall from grace from just this time last year, whether it was the lackluster production in his 2022 season, the character concerns and the rumors about his relationship with Brian Kelly, or the rumors of why he entered the NFL draft after originally deciding to stay for his senior season. The only things really keeping Boutte's value afloat was his early production at LSU before his injury and his extreme athleticism and talent on the field. Except he's not actually athletic. The first strike was when Boutte came in an inch and 10 pounds smaller than his listed 6 foot, 205 pound size from LSU, which isn't really that bad until he ran a 4.5 40-yard dash flat and then posted a 29-inch vertical. In my database since 2000, 28 receivers have posted a 30-inch vertical or less at the NFL Combine. And out of those 28, only 4 of them were drafted before day 3. That's 14%. Those 4 were Jarvis Landry, Devin Thomas, Earl Bennett, and whoever Kieri Colbert is. So yeah, not very good. I really wouldn't be surprised if Boutte ended up falling to day 3, in which case his dynasty value will absolutely plummet if that happens. But even if he still is a 2nd or 3rd round pick, do we even want to take a shot on him? I had really high hopes for Boutte, but this combine performance and what I expect it to do to his draft stock in the NFL draft has just really deflated that confidence very quickly. All right, this is all very depressing, so let's talk about a receiver who instead just completely showed out at the combine and really raised his stock, and that's Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Now, wait a second. You might be scoffing at your screen right now saying, well, Addison, how did the consensus wide receiver 1 in the class raise his stock? And to that, I say he wasn't the consensus wide receiver 1 for the NFL. We basically hadn't seen JSN play since he destroyed Utah in the Rose Bowl over a year ago. Why was he out all year with just a hamstring injury? Even when he was healthy, he wasn't as explosive or dynamic as Quentin Johnston or Jalen Hyatt, not as productive as the 2021 Biletnikoff winner Jordan Addison. There were mock drafts with JSN being taken as a late first rounder, while all those guys were all top 20. But not anymore. JSN took full advantage of every single drill that he participated in, every route that he ran, and in a class of receivers that didn't really impress at the combine this weekend, and some of the shine was worn off of a lot of those guys, JSN came out on top. He has no science concerns, no more health concerns, and while he didn't run the 40, he did post a 3.93 shuttle and a 6.57 3-cone, which are 98th and 99th percentile numbers at those drills, and just reinforced everything that you see from him on tape in his route running and short yardage ability. So JSN, big time winner from the combine, and now the without a doubt consensus wide receiver 1 in this class. But speaking of players who lost their shine, Michael Mayer's performance was a little underwhelming, which may or may not have been expected based on the type of player that he actually is. We know that Mayer is much more of your traditional hand in the ground, that extra blocker type who is also just really good at catching passes, but he is not an athletic phenom like Darnell Washington, who excelled everywhere this weekend, including a ridiculous one-handed catch in workouts. But anyone who's watched Mayer's film probably knew that this weekend wasn't going to be a true showcase of his skill set, and that ended up being true, unfortunately. He ran a 4.7 flat at 249 pounds, which is fine, I guess. He had a 32.5-inch vertical, which is really meh. A sub 10-foot broad jump, also really meh. Athletically, he just comps closer to guys like Austin Hooper, Dalton Schultz, Hayden Hurst, just no one that really gets the juices flowing, the endorphins pumping out of your brain. It's all just really, really meh for Michael Mayer athletically. And being meh could be an issue when he's considered the top tight end prospect in this class and is drafted as such in our rookie drafts. The reality might be that there's not a major difference between Michael Mayer and the rest of this really good tight end class that would warrant taking him in a first-round rookie pick and significantly higher over a lot of other guys in this class. But you know who is worth a really, really high first-round pick? Bijan Robinson. Okay, but seriously, I just want to talk about this running back class for a second to close out this video, because there are winners and losers alone just within this position group as a whole. The big winners were obviously Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs too, the RB1 and the RB2 in this class. Bijan right now is just on a whole other plane of existence. Everything that he does just solidifies that he's going to be a top 20 pick in the NFL draft. He is the 1.01 in all formats, and it really shouldn't be that close. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, showed why he's the consensus RB2. Yes, he came in 2 inches shorter than his listed 5'11 size at 5'9", but he was still 199 pounds, which is a win for the BMI crowd. And not only that, but he also ran a 4.36 at 199 pounds, giving him the second highest speed score among running backs in this class. So yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, RB2, 100% confirmed, no questions about it. Other winners at the running back position, Zach Charbonnet, he looked really, really good athletically across the board, especially coming in at 6 foot, 214 pounds. He and Sean Tucker will probably be my tier 3 all by themselves behind Jahmyr Gibbs and behind Bijan Robinson. Speaking of Tucker though, he also gets a point from me for his size, coming in at 5'9", 207 pounds. I really wish that he tested, but this size is enough for me to still have him as my RB3 right now. And then there's Chase Brown, perhaps the biggest winner out of all the running backs in the class this year. He came in at 5'10", 209 pounds, ran a 4.43 40-inch vertical, 120-inch broad jump. That's the type of performance, along with some of the other running backs dropping, that could get Chase Brown drafted on day 2 rather than day 3. And I absolutely love seeing that. Speaking of other running backs dropping, Zach Evans, come on, man. 5'11", 202 pounds, an inch and almost 15 pounds under your listed size, and then you don't even test? Nah, Zach Evans is off my board. He might not even be a top 10 running back in this class right now. Tank Bigsby is another guy. I don't really want to call him a loser per se. He just continues to look so mediocre across the board. 4.56 40, 32.5-inch vertical. Couple that with the lack of growth in production throughout his career, and he just continues to be the most average back that doesn't have like that one thing that makes teams want to take him. So I don't know what's going to happen with Tank Bigsby come draft day, but I'm probably not going to end up drafting him at all in my rookie drafts. And then there's Kenny McIntosh, a 4.62 40 at 204 pounds. That's an 89 speed score with a 27.5 BMI. So congratulations, Kenny. Your absolute peak ceiling in the NFL is now Ahmad Bradshaw, and your floor is Savon Ahmed. But now that the combine is officially over, we're going to have so much rookie content on this channel up to and after the NFL draft. So if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. And then while you're here, check out this way too early rookie mock draft that Justin and I did a little bit ago right up here.